everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people and huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides and the universal energies. The little blurb I do at the beginning is first of all a welcome to you. Fabulous to have you here, and acknowledgement of the traditional lands of the First Nations Worimi people on whom I am making these videos. So it is very personal to me. I also have one of my guides, Navrin, who is a Worimi elder. So very, very intimate to me. And yes, even if you don't know who your guides are, they're there, and I love having them connect with my guides, and all together we connect to the universal energy. Right, what I'm going to have a quick look at is I want to have a look, and for those that know me, and it is entertainment only, on Mondays I often tackle a few of the more left field issues that are happening around the world at the moment, getting a little bit away from politics. And I want to have a look in this reading about the future of Hong Kong going forward. The reason I want to have a look at that is over the last week or so, there was the arresting, the prosecution, the kangaroo courts as we call them in Australia, of some organisers that set up a vigil. It was a very peaceful protest to acknowledge the anniversary of the Tiananmen Square, which, if you remember, is when all the tanks rolled in and you had that lone person standing there with his plastic shopping bag in front of the tank, and huge massacre had gone on before that. But this man standing in front of the tank basically made, and being televised, made the generals and those giving the orders and even the soldiers on the field go, what the F are we doing? And it brought an end to that massacre. So the organisers, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting a real chill. Thank you guys. Oh, and a big hug. So the organisers of the vigil in Hong Kong have now been jailed. I didn't read terribly into it, possibly for treasonous reasons or disrupting the peace reasons or whatever, trumped up charges basically. Now Hong Kong, up until, if I have my math correctly, was it the late 80s or thereabouts? I'd have to check. Up until recent history, a couple of decades ago, Hong Kong was under the rule of the United Kingdom from post-World War II, I believe, and there had been a contract made between the United Kingdom and China when the UK took over rule of Hong Kong that it would be handed back to the Chinese at a particular date. China had promised that they would maintain independence of Hong Kong, that they would maintain the living conditions that those in Hong Kong had become used to under United Kingdom rule, and yeah, they've been pretty much reneging on it ever since, little by little, until they want to, it's basically being absorbed into Chinese rule, and which is extremely difficult because the people in Hong Kong, even younger than me, have been under this freedom rule, this independence, where this democratic rule of Hong Kong. They've been brought up under the democracy regime, and they have just found themselves, the promises have been broken, and they have been found themselves sucked into an autocratic system, dictatorship system, very much like the older people in other countries like Iran as well. But I want to have a look at the future of Hong Kong. I'm sitting here quietly, not shuffling, because I split the deck. I shuffled and then split the deck. It's not a good start to this reading, but we'll see where it leads. It may mean the downfall of the Chinese regime rule over it and authentic reform as the emperor is trampled underfoot and moving towards a new dawn with the next generation. But I'm having a look. These are my Golden Universal Tarot. Sorry about my big intro blurb. Just bringing people up to speed. So show me the energies around Hong Kong. This one keeps it was on the bottom. I did a poker shuffle, it was on the bottom again, and then I did another poker shuffle and it literally fell out. This is a really important signifier card, is what I'm getting, is that authentic reform is on the horizon as this dictatorship is trampled underfoot. Here I have the lies, the truth was stolen from them, but circles of support coming forward. So this is the promises that the Hong Kong people were made, literally breaking into camp and stealing the truth. However, you've got these circles of support coming forward as something completely out of left field is being brought forward. Completely unexpected. It is about reaping what they have sowed and having to walk away. Now, from whose angle this is, I'm feeling that it's from China is going to have a change of heart, is what I'm feeling. The struggle is very real and it will be a struggle, but what I'm getting is that there is going to be something that comes out, a regime change possibly, that is going to force China to step back. Don't ask me what it is, but show me the energies around Hong Kong's future. Hong Kong's future. The future of Hong Kong. Thank you. Ooh, something's going to be brought to the surface and exposed. It's going to be a long path, but it's coming. This strength of character is coming up out of the swamp. It will be a slow path with obstacles, but it is being exposed and it is being brought to the surface and starting its journey forward. Interesting. Thank you, guys. It's very much like, what am I thinking? So the Soviet Union, I'm getting the image very much so actually of the Soviet Union, and when the Soviet Union fractured, all these countries took their independence. And that's what I'm seeing. Now, I know Crimea and Belarus were sucked back in due to their puppet governments, and Russia also thought that Ukraine would be drawn back in as well, and Ukraine have said, I don't think so. And I'm really feeling that what I'm getting is that Taiwan is the Ukraine, but Crimea is the Hong Kong. So it is under a portion of rule, but when the dictatorship cracks and crumbles, the autocracy cracks and crumbles, there will be a change. Okay, thank you, guys. That's what they're telling me. They're showing me the images of the two areas on the globe. Okay, but it is going to be a long path because, thank you, Russia's going through it at the moment. China hasn't reached that point. Okay, show me the energies of China. Show me the energies of China. Show me the energies of China. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Hong Kong. Show me the energies of Hong Kong. I'm wanting to show the energies of China. That's what they're telling me, the energies of China. Then we'll look at Hong Kong itself. Yep, thank you. Don't know what that is. We'll have a look in a sec. The energies of China. Because it all hinges on this. The energies of China. Thank you. Do you want that one? Yes, thank you. Okay. Right, sorry, that was a big lead and burble, as they usually are. Okay, this is the energies of China. New beginning. The signifier card is a new plan, a new beginning, it's literally just a new start, bringing forward this new growth. It's going to be a big stick moment. Challenged by, so I can never go to China with their facial recognition technology, they're all seeing lawmakers. That's what I'm getting here. This new start is challenged by the all-seeing lawmakers. She is a queen who is there going to be a new female leader or a female coming up the ranks? When you look at those images of the Chinese parliament or government or whatever they like to call it, it's literally wall-to-wall I'm going to say old white men because their skin colour is not brown. It's literally wall-to-wall male in suits or military uniforms. But there's a feminine energy here coming forth. So now I know Hong Kong did have a female overlord, for want of a better way to put it, but I think she got put aside. But this is about a confident, yeah, I'm really getting this as the lawmakers. They're confident in their own skin to the point of arrogance. Thank you guys, interesting way of putting it. And they're keeping control with this all-seeing. This all-seeing. Okay. The foundation. So this is the Chinese energies, is the toxic masculine, my way or the highway, control, hierarchy. In the past, youthful exuberance, stepping forward. It's a past, stepping forward into a new horizon. I think, okay, thank you. So this was China's move into, if I say communist capitalism, I'm sure, I know that doesn't really make sense, but this was China's flirtation with capitalism. And they're now trying to find out how to control it. Trying to work out how to control it. No, I've started the Celtic cross. This is how it wants me to go. Is this how you want me to go, guys? Yes. Okay, thank you. Crowning the reading, full illumination, joy, bringing forth something new. The youth on the horse, wanting something different, wanting something new. The immediate future is this doling out the pittance is what I'm getting. If you've read the news or seen the news, you'll see that the ruling party is basically saying this. So they've gone through this capitalism stage. They're now saying that thems that did good, we're going to take 90% of what you have built. So if you think about Alibaba, I think it's alibaba.com or something, huge trading site, manufacturing and product trading site. The government has stepped up and said, we'll have that, thank you very much, worth billions. So this is what I'm getting here, is in the immediate future is taking and then doling out a pittance externally. riding in as this is the Chinese energies, riding in as the victor, but it's a very uncomfortable victory. And I don't know that I would trust those in the background with the big sticks, and those in the background are not looking, I don't know if you can see them, there's one dude there and there's another one, he's got two hands on a stick like he's going to belt with it. Those that are holding up the banners and the placards and the sticks and going rah 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 are not actually happy with what's happening. So this is almost like a determination to stay in control, follow through with the plan, but it's not necessarily a comfortable situation internally. I don't think you need me to explain that one. So we've got the six of Pentacles, Six of Wands. Sixes are the stage after dramatic change happening, but then we have internally, literally, the explosion of how things are done. This is not going to go down well. Okay, hopes and fears, emotionally walking away, but also walking towards what will serve. But it's going to be a difficult journey. If you have a look at this figure, there's a crevice in front of them, probably with a river in it, the mountains. This is setting out, walking away from what emotionally does not serve and setting out on a difficult journey going forward. Outcome. Well, why am I completely not surprised to see that there? This will be, as with most changes, those that are in control become more desperate. And so we are very probably going to see, this is the energies of China, this toxic chaining, the addiction to power, the subduing of the people. However, lawmakers, the masculine lawmakers, I think from this Tower moment there is going to be this desperation, but there are going to be new energy coming forward that is more balanced. More balanced. Actions will have consequences. Justice. A rebalancing. Two rebalancing cards. I could keep going on there. Okay, we've got the circles of support are going to find themselves at an untimely end as they try to keep the lies under wraps. But we have this new energy riding into town that is going to bring forth a message about the money. Here we have the clarity, prosecutors, clarity of the truth. Those that undertook the regime are going to have to defend themselves. An offer is going to be made. We have the Queen of Swords as well, bringing forward her sword, but what is going to be exposed is going to restrict those that were involved in it. Okay, so that's the energies I'm getting for China itself. It's about to enter a moment, a period of change. Now, change doesn't happen overnight. It does take energy and momentum going forward, but it does produce desperation for those that are trying to hang on to what was. But the change is coming and it cannot be held back, and there will be clarity and accountability, and oh boy, it's going to be very much, I don't see, I do see, I was going to see, I was given the flash image of the fall of the USSR And I was going to say, I don't see it happening like that, but the boys have gone, it will. When the tipping point is reached, it will happen very quickly. Okay, so looking at Hong Kong. Looking at Hong Kong. I'm using my intuitive cards. Won't show you the box because the artwork has changed, but they are bullseye, these cards. You may have seen Denise and Danny using them. Are available on, if you go to Etsy and you type in Meister space Tarot as it's spelt for the channel, you'll find the shop. I'm not trying to flog them or anything like that. I don't make any money out of the cards. I sell them at cost. I just have found them to be really good for learning the basics, but also for intuition. And I want to share it, basically. It does take a while for the cards to get to you. I do apologise for that. I wait till I've got a few and then put in the order, so there may be a wait of a couple of days before I put in the order. And then it takes the printer, because they print on demand, 1 to 2 weeks to actually print them up. So, and then they get posted by snail mail. So I do apologise. If you can be patient. Right, okay, what I'm going to have a look at using the intuitive cards. The future of Hong Kong, the future of Hong Kong, the future of Hong Kong. Something's fallen out. Don't know what it is yet. Future of Hong Kong, guys. That one, thank you. Oh, still don't even see it because it's upside down. Okay, oh, turned up the right way. Future of Hong Kong. Well, okay, the swamp. The swamp is where we are at the moment. Down because of the dollar. Being dragged down into the swamp because of the dollar. Basically, Hong Kong. It's a monetary. It's like the Communist Party of China suddenly declaring that 90% of Alibaba belongs to it. That's what the energy of Hong Kong is at the moment. It's the China is the powers that be in China. Now, when I talk about China, I'm not talking about the Chinese people. I'm talking about those that are in power and making the decisions that are affecting everybody. Are dragging Hong Kong down into the swamp purely for financial reasons. Right, leap of faith, empty, up. Well, when you're at rock bottom, there's only one way to go. Noise, restriction. Okay. Those that are who are taking this leap of faith, who are trying to bring to attention what is going on about the empty promises that were made. Now, you'll notice these all have little words on them. Don't need to stick by the words, or you can expand on the words. They are purely a prompt. But as those, so I'm talking about the vigil organisers, all they were doing was a peaceful remembrance. But they've found themselves up in jail, but those that are trying to keep the focus on the empty promises and counteract this downward plunge that's happening through the noise are being restricted. So this is the energies at the moment are finding themselves restricted. However, we have this positive energy and the fate and destiny, a shift in the destiny, the closing of some doors and the opening of others, the wheel of fortune turning through this positive energy, building, this positive energy building. It's taking bravery, it takes bravery, and it is a difficult message to get out there because of this energy up here, this threat of restriction. It is a difficult message to get across, and it is a difficult message for some to receive. Now this is a court jester's hat, because the court jester was the only one in a medieval monarchy court that could tell the king the truth without fear of being beheaded. And that's why it is a difficult message, because it takes supreme bravery to get this message out there. I've got a card, I can see a card's flipped over there. Okay, into the future. Going forward. It will be a convoluted path for Hong Kong. There is no easy solution to this. And it will, okay, thank you. But it will, the destruction of the current regime will be the key in China. It's like the Kremlin falling in Russia. It is the destruction of the cracking of the current will be the key. Thank you. Oh boy, heavy energies. The country's ready for this change, and it wants peace. Those in Hong Kong want peace. It was a peaceful vigil. It was, from what I understand. And those in Hong Kong have been protesting peacefully. They take their umbrellas and their gas masks, but there's not the violence that you see in protests in other parts of the world. They have been peaceful. So the country of China, Hong Kong, is ready for peace. And not to be added to China is what I'm getting there. No addition. Yes, that is what they're telling me. Yes, they want to remain alien, foreign to China, as per the agreement, as per the contracts that were signed, and there is anger over the Hong Kong leadership and leadership's loyalty back to Beijing is what I'm getting there. Thank you. Giving help despite the fear to rebuild Hong Kong. Dark energy transformation. Okay, it is about the help despite the fear to rebuild Hong Kong under this, and this dark energy will undergo a transformation. The power of the people is what they're telling me. The power of the people. It is about this noise that it currently is seeing some being locked up. There are more of the people than there are of those that want to contain the people. And it is through this that will bring about transformation of the wealth. The wealth that is overseas will be stopped in time. The siphoning of the wealth to another country, thank you, will be stopped in time. And when I'm saying other country, I'm talking China here. Okay. It will be slow to get them out. However, we have this unity of diversity and domestic and home security, and a full cup and love. It will happen. This will happen quickly, and it will be huge. I'm really getting the pull to how the USSR fell. It's got that similar energy, and it's going to be huge as there is this. It's going to start off slowly, but as there is more unity and on the home front, and the fullness, bringing forward the fullness of love for your fellow country people. It's going to strike very quickly. And we've got the freedom of Hong Kong via, now this does say gossips and secrets there. It is purely a prompt, but this is very much about passing the information from one person to another. On the base we have the happiness, hard work leading to abundance. So, this turned out to be a huge reading, sorry about that. It is one of those, again, it's going to be slow, it's going to be a difficult path, it's going to take strength and bravery, which is really easy for me to say from afar, from Australia, but it is about the noise. I didn't get the masses, which I was surprised, all the people. But it is very much about the noise and demanding that the contracts be, and bravery and standing up and coming together and peaceful protest and the bringing of together of unity and love, which will put an end to it. Yeah, there was a lot there. Feel free to go back and watch it again, because there was a lot there and I can't remember most of it, because when I'm in the zone, I'm just going with what the boys are telling me. Okay, thank you for joining me. Love to you all. We'll get back onto some politics, some US politics tomorrow, and we'll see where this all leads us. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.